Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Man's Final Steps. It is a continuing series to those who will be among the ranks of the 144,000 and multitude mentioned in Revelations chapter 7 and 14. Today is February 19th, 2014. My name is Symmanayah, and these are the continuing messages that I am compelled to present to you, my brothers and sisters. As end times, and then in this segment of Man's Final Steps, this specific segment is entitled Emotional Triggers. Emotional Triggers. My brothers and sisters, as end times unfold, life will get intense, more intense than it is now. Scriptures foretell of things that are hidden, which will be revealed. And as we press forward into these last days, we are beginning to witness many things that were once hidden revealed to us. These end times bring about the discovery of things that were hidden to keep us from drawing closer to the Almighty Father. Many of us are facing much surprise as we discover truth and righteousness regarding our beliefs, habits, practices, and fellowships. Many of us, as we witness things that were hidden, uncovered, are challenged as to whether we should continue in the fellowships that we are in. There's no surprise that habits are a hard thing to break. So we face reproof, discipline, and judgment, and we find it most difficult for many of us to make the transition to what is righteous due to long strongholds, habits that we've had for many years. Strongholds can be deep. In many instances, the fallout of false teachings, practices, behaviors bring humility in the face of correction and reproof. End-time prophecies describe extreme humbling events, and as a result of what is described regarding end times, we will face physical and mental weakness before we recognize the strength of the power of the Spirit of Yahusha more clearly. The children of obedience will be delivered from the wickedness of false teachings, practices, and behavior. I have chosen to name this segment Emotional Triggers to bring to light, as we are refined, there will be many emotions that will surface. Emotional triggers do not always mean we are experiencing righteous encounters. There are self-proclaimed teachers and mores, self-appointed shepherds, false prophets, etc., who would have you think passion or compassion is most comforting and peaceful. There are so many things we face that tend to trigger some type of emotional reaction from us, ranging from love to hate and in between. Remember, my brothers and sisters, we're called to worship and obey the Almighty Father Yahuwah through His set-apart Spirit sent in Yahusha's name. Search the Scriptures and seek the living Spirit of Yahusha. You will find confirmation to these words if your mind and heart is focused on Him. Relationships are probably one of the most visible contributors to our emotions, from family members to loved ones and or those who would be lust ones. In other words, whether we lust or love, we take an emotional ride as we journey through these experiences, life's experiences. School and or work also play a role in diverse emotions that we experience as well. Believe it or not, movies, theaters, plays, and other types of performance can have a big part in triggering many emotions. Even technology, from games to all types of applications, can trigger various emotions. I am quite sure many, including man, woman, and child, have been on a roller coaster ride regarding emotional experiences as a result of movies, theaters, plays, games, social media, etc. I believe I have now set the stage for us to come to grips that there are emotional triggers among us. These triggers can be good or they can be bad for us. They can be righteous or they can be unrighteous. My brothers and sisters, the key is understanding what is it that triggers whatever emotion we are experiencing, and let us have a prayerful mind to manage that emotion by leaning into the Spirit of Yahusha and having the strength to manage whatever it is we are experiencing and not become carried away by the emotions. My brothers and sisters, as we enter into intense times ahead, it becomes important, extremely important, that we do not be overtaken with unmanageable emotions. You see, the characteristics of extreme famine, drought, pestilence, and disease will cause emotions to fly among us, from anger to joy of seeing prophecy fulfilled, to sadness, to pain, and much more. End times will undoubtedly bring shock and awe like never before witnessed among us. As the 144,000 in multitude, of whom you may discover that you are among these ranks, are being refined, there will be purging, and there will be encounters with strangers who share the same goals to do the will of the Almighty Father as we are gathered together. I have mentioned before how in the shadows of extreme famine, drought, pestilence, and disease, it will result in civil unrest, increased violence, turmoil, economic upheaval, and much, much more. I have also echoed all too often there will be forced transitions, forced movement, and the children of obedience will be guided to a safe place. One of the biggest challenges facing us ahead regarding emotional triggers will be leaving loved ones or watching loved ones purge from our presence. Parents especially will witness children who will make decisions that are not consistent with righteous commands. Regardless of our positions, it will not stop nor prevent these conditions from arising. We will be challenged to demonstrate who it is we love more than anything. Many will find it most difficult to leave rebellious loved ones behind. Believe it or not, those who are chosen will witness forced separation. One way or another, scriptures will be fulfilled. We do not have control over the orders that come from the Almighty Father. Many of us think we have so much power, but believe me, extreme humbling events are coming, of which, in some instances, individuals will be laid to sleep or death. Obstacles will be removed that fight against the fulfillment of what's to come. There are no obstacles that can stop what will come to be regarding end-time prophecy fulfillment. Self-proclaimed mores, teachers, self-appointed leaders, false prophets, etc., they will grab every verse they can possibly point to in order to cause people to embrace a false sense of comfort or a do-nothing attitude. We will come to know wholeheartedly what it means to, by the letter kills and the spirit makes alive, when we grab onto the letter and disregard the living spirit, the living guidance, the living orders from the Spirit of Yahusha. My brothers and sisters, there are real times before us. Yes, end times are emerging, and this is real. There will be intensified moments, and we will witness Scripture be fulfilled during our refining process, during the refining process of the children of obedience. Search the Scriptures, and you will discover many times when the Most High Father Yahuwah executed judgment and wrath, resulting in much destruction and death. Do you honestly think those who were killed in times past had no surviving relatives who had to deal with many different types of emotions? Do you honestly believe those who witnessed the wrath of the Almighty Father Yahuwah on people who fought against his chosen leaders were void of having some type of emotional encounter? Search the Scriptures and examine all who experienced death at the hand of the Most High Father Yahuwah, and ask yourself, were there leaders chosen by the Almighty Father who were ordered to speak and execute his right rulings, his judgments? I believe so. End times are here. Humbling times will intensify. I cannot repeat that enough. The 144,000 in multitude are being refined and will begin to face what is necessary to cause our movement either proactively as guided by the Spirit of Yahuwah or through forced discipline and movement. My brothers and sisters, sure, It is okay to be able to experience joy and happiness. It is normal to experience various emotions, pleasant emotions. It's normal to experience sadness, grief, anger, disappointment, along with many other unpleasant emotions. This segment is designed to forewarn you not to please not allow your emotions to cause you to stumble. In other words, do not be overtaken in your actions because of heightened emotions. When purging becomes visible and individuals are ordered to leave our presence or not to be a part of the gathering of the children of obedience as right rulings are executed, be very careful how you respond. Be very careful what side you take. Being protective is admirable and to be commended. But getting in the way of the living commands of the Spirit of Yahusha is plain wicked and evil. It puts one at risk of severe discipline, up to and possibly including death, especially during these final days. My brothers and sisters, I will bring this segment to a close. I believe I've said enough regarding emotional triggers, things that trigger our emotions. I believe I've said enough in regards to us praying that we can garner the strength and power from the Spirit of Yahusha to manage our emotions as we witness the trying and intense times that lie ahead. These words will stir your spirits. Remember, choose wisely how you manage the triggers that ignite diverse emotions. The Spirit of Yahusha will give us strength to obey. These are indeed our final steps, man's final steps. A refining process has begun, and we will witness all that is promised to us. The 144,000 in multitude will come to be. Those who will be among the ranks of the children of obedience will discover unity, and it will come with a price. But we will see the beauty in walking in one accord, with one another, as guided by the Spirit of Yahusha in due season. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, continue to press forward earnestly with a sincere mind, body, and soul to worship and obey. Continue to seek to be able to discern and understand what must be done. Until next time, my family, stay tuned as this series, Man's Final Steps, continues. Shalom, shalom, shalom.